Wave.
So I've actually never spoken publicly about my exit from New York until today. Piecing all these things together, I don't know how big of a hand, but he probably had a hand in me not coming back to the Knicks.
Wow, I never heard this before. Was it something that you would have loved to see differently from me as your teammate in those moments? Peace, welcome back to 7 p.m. in Brooklyn. I'm Carmelo Anthony here with my co-host.
It's your boy, the Kid Mero, baby, the human durag, and you know who's to my left.
You know what it is. It's your boy Kaz here. This is a Wave original presented by FanDuel.
Yes.
I messed up my whole intro. It's been a month since we've been back here. And it's because this is legitimately one of the most anticipated episodes I think we've done a 7 p.m. in Brooklyn ever, son. So Melo, I'm not going to waste no time. Go for it, brother.
Today, our guest is responsible for one of the most unforgettable runs in NBA history. One of those moments where New York stopped, the basketball world stopped, and everybody was watching. Linsanity was bigger than the hot streak. It became a New York story, a basketball story, a media story, and for a lot of people, a story about me and him that has been debated for over about a decade. So today, we're finally having a conversation ourselves. The rise, the tension, the locker room, the narratives, all of it. Fuck with it, fuck out of here. You know what we doing 7 p.m.
Yeah.
But Jeremy Lin, welcome to the hook.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Welcome.
Appreciate it.
Let me tell you,
Happy to be here.
The most requested guest of all time since the beginning of this show.
The comments going crazy.
Oh, man. But
Yo, who y'all want to hit? Who y'all want to see? Yo, Jeremy, yo, spamming it.
I feel like the city needs really good vibes right now. So, like, as they're watching this is the good vibes we need. Just, this couch right here. But yo, man, you was back in the Garden last night, bro. First time in since everything. How was it?
It was the Garden. It was energy, constant energy, and they, first time going back in 14 years as a spectator, so had a lot of fun, just feeling the crowd, the energy again. Obviously disappointing game, but they'll be all right. They'll get game 4.
It'd be cool.
We getting glazed all crazy. As soon as you walked in, it was like, yo.
Yeah, I was on the Sky Bridge because I had to do
Jersey.
some media and the nosebleeds, and they're loud in the nosebleeds, and so they showed a lot of love. So it was great all around.
Man, you picked a hell of a day to come back. Let's not waste no time, man. We got Melo here. We got Jeremy here. Let's get right to it. For years, the story has been that there's tension between you two and that Melo was jealous during Linsanity. So let's just start there. Jeremy, did it ever feel in real time like Melo had an issue with what was happening during the famed Linsanity run?
Yeah, I'm first off, I appreciate Melo was on vacation and was gracious enough to lend me an hour and 15 minutes of his time just to talk before this. Have a private conversation, maybe 13, 14 years in the making. And that was amazing. So, I wanted to, I asked, basically I asked every last question I had.
That he had for
Did that
14
happen?
years.
What happened there? What happened here? But it was honest. It was direct. It was honest. And we were able to definitely clear the air. Obviously perception is reality in certain situations. So you kind of only know, and that's the thing about that whole stretch was there was a lot that I was unsure about. And so the narratives come, but to be able to talk it out, I appreciate that. And so my biggest thing was like when I think back on my career, because I recently retired, my story I've never wanted my story to be me versus anybody else, which we had talked about. And I think at the end of all of this, if it's, if my name comes up or my story comes up and it's me versus you, or if we're ever at a point where someone has to choose sides, then I think we failed. I think the story has failed, and that's not what we want to do, and that's not what I want to do. That's not what I want to be known for either. And so that was just kind of the biggest thing, and we were able to air it out, and we'll get to a little bit more of that here, but really appreciate the time, man.
Absolutely. It was a great conversation that was needed. But a lot of times you don't know conversations is needed until it's needed.
Right.
And what I mean by saying that is time goes by, and now the narrative of that people wrote about us, right, becomes almost this, damn, what really did happen, right? Because now he's moved on, I've moved on. What really did happen? So that question always lingered there. So now when people that may be around the situation, everybody's stories, they start to tell their experience of that time around. So if you're having any questions about what happened or what was going on, you start to try to put this whole story, because you don't know.
Right.
So you start to try to piece your own story together.
Do a little fanfare.
But with that becomes questions. And I think over them 14 years, he had the courage to start to right now come and ask those questions. Yo, let's talk about this. Hey, what about this moment right here? Did we see eye to eye right here? Or was I bugging or was you bugging? Like, we were able to like identify very specific moments that he probably thought that I forgot about. But I was very clear on every moment and every question that he had when it came to me. So it makes this easy now to have good conversation because you handled it and you dealt with it and you cleared the air. Right. So now he could be at peace, right? For so long, I was at peace because I was just like, I don't know what the fuck people talk about.
Right.
Right. And maybe I was naive, right, over the years, but that wasn't something that I was concerned about, or not concerned, but like thinking about, like, damn, what really did happen to me and Jalen? It wasn't something I was thinking about because I was still moving in my career. Right. So I'm just glad, like you said, man, 14 years, you get to clear the air, you get to ask every question that you ever had about his experience here in New York to me directly, and I give you that time to answer it as transparently as possible.
Awesome.
So now, like you said, like you had that conversation, you hashed it out. So back in that time, was there any point during that run where you felt a way about it? You know what I'm saying?
I think
my fault. If yes, you know, what made you feel a way about it?
Yes.
And if not, why do you think that narrative came about?
So you got to understand the way that it happened, the way that it transpired. I got hurt, and then he comes into play, right? We on the back or some shit like that, right? So now shit is happening so fast. Nobody knows what's next. Dan Antonio don't know what to do next. He don't know who to go to next. Melo, who you want to go? You ain't got no choice. He done, I'm done. You ain't got no choice. Go do that. So now when you deal with that part of it, but now I got to get healthy. No, I don't know what's about to happen. He probably believed what was about to happen and internally, right?
Not to that level. I didn't.
Okay,
I felt like, hey, I can play. I can help. I knew that, but I didn't know.
Nobody thought that, believed that. If any fan or anybody tell you that, they're lying to you. But what we had to do was figure it out. I had to figure my shit. I was injured. I was hurt. I had to think about how fast I'm going to come back, what I'm going to do, how the fuck I'm going to go help this team, how I got to lead this team. I'm in a different position than he is.
Yeah.
So I got to deal with a whole bunch of shit. Forget being jealous of what he's doing. I want him to, no, keep going. Game winner in DC. Yo, keep going. Toronto, keep going. Now we get to the story of the Kobe situation.
Okay.
Right? No, again, nobody.
Give people context of the Kobe situation.
I'm gonna get there because he mentioned it.
Right.
And the run is happening with him. They about to play Kobe. We're about to play the Lakers. Kobe is, I'm laughing and joking with him about, yo, you coming in this, you gonna get your ass bust. You gonna listen, you. He like, about who the fuck is Jeremy Lin? Like, who the fuck is Jay Lin? He said that in the media.
Yeah.
So when he said that, it stemmed from the conversation we had just had the night before.
Okay.
And he was tired of me talking about him to him. So when they asked him, he said, I don't know who the fuck is Jeremy Lin? Right? That was the narrative. So I say he brought that up, and I say that to say it was always because nobody knew, but I was a part of it. Nah, this shit is old. You better watch out. It goes from joking about it, like, yo, that nigga coming to bust your ass, to like really standing on it and like, oh shit, this could be something.
Yeah, yeah.
So now when you realize this could be something, now the pressure's on me to get back right or continue getting right. I got to get on the court to help this motherfucker, because if this is what we're doing, then I gotta do what I have to do in order to make this right. So that's where a lot of the probably disconnect come from, or the narrative came from, because at that point in time, I'm doing therapy, I'm doing rehab, I'm not around them like that. But I'm in the training room before the game. Okay. When he come in and yo, cut the TV off, what's this? Now fuck that, this is about you. So now it's almost you become a fan and a teammate at the same time. Now, was everything perfect? No, everything wasn't perfect. I can't sit and say everything was perfect. He was going in one direction, I'm in a whole nother direction. Two men trying to figure this shit out from two different perspectives. But my hat is a lot wider than what his hat is at that point in time.
Right. But what we're seeing at that time is, I mean, something we're seeing now just because the Knicks are good, and like we're seeing how much hoopla comes around this team when they're exciting. I don't think nobody saw the excitement that he had coming. No, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, that combined with the Kobe game, which is a national TV game, everybody's watching it.
J-Kid,
you know what I'm saying? Like talking, like it was just the time. I think the time cover was the time cover before the Kobe game or after the Kobe game.
I don't remember the timing, but yeah,
it was like I remember specifically that Kobe game being like he's for real. You know what I mean? So from your perspective, like you understand like Melo is the leader of the team trying to get back, but you're going through this thing that nobody's ever seen before, and it just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. During any part of that time, are you thinking like, you know what? Nah, like this should be me. Like I should be running this show. Like look what's happening around here.
To me, there was no doubt. So my rookie year, I had a horrible year because I had imposter syndrome. Like I didn't come from a background where anybody ever said you can make the NBA, or that was never a reality. It was like, you're crazy. Like you think you can make the NBA? So for me to actually be in that space, I was like, oh, I made it. Like, but my second year with the Knicks, that's when I was like, no, I'm having like almost 30-point triple doubles in the D League. Like every time I get in during garbage time, I'm making something happen. Like I truly believe I'm gonna contribute. I did not expect to contribute whatever my stats were during that stretch. I didn't expect I was gonna do that fast, but I knew in my soul, like, you're an NBA player. I think what was difficult was, as what Melo's referring to, is guys are dropping like flies because it's one of those lockout seasons, and then all of a sudden,
a horrible year.
And then I'm in the
starting
lineup.
Was out. Who else was out?
Like, BD was struggling with some stuff. Bibby was struggling with some stuff. Him, Stat, they were both out. And so
Tony Douglas also, was he on that team?
He was struggling, but by the time that like the first few games came around, and this is something we had talked about, but by the time that we were starting to figure it out and you were starting to come back healthy, you felt a pressure like, I got to get back healthy. I got to help the team. But we're also figuring out, like, realistically on paper, this is not, I don't think this is like debatable. It's like your style or what you need and my style and what I need, they are not on court the best, like the perfect match, right? Like I am a pick and roll player, ball heavy, ball dominant, and you are maybe the best mid-post isolation scorer. Not just to say that's the only thing that you can do, but you are elite at that. And so these two styles are realistically not something that is going to naturally mesh. So you got to work on meshing at it. And so now we're kind of in this space and we don't really know how to move, and everyone's kind of trying to figure it out. So I'm trying to figure out, like, look, people are like, what are you thinking about? I'm like, let me tell you what I was thinking about. I'm thinking about the guaranteed date. Because they can still cut me. Like, after my first 2, 3, 4 games, like, they could still cut me. Until the day, like, if I go down, if we play the Lakers and I go down with the season-ending injury, I'm getting waived. like I'm not thinking all these other things that everybody's thinking about. It's like I'm literally just trying to make it. And so that's where my mind is at. And he's a franchise player who has to think about the direction of the organization and getting all these pieces together. And, you know, something you said over the phone is like, hey, is Jeremy the missing piece? Like, so you're thinking about all these things holistically, and also the pressure on you to come back, get back, and figure out how we're going to figure all of this out together. Because, you know, obviously Stat, TY, they got their own different styles as well. And so that's kind of like the complexity of the situation, right? Like a lot of moving parts. And all of a sudden, you know, I wouldn't even say our coaching staff was aligned either.
No.
Right? Like,
I was going to go there next.
Yeah. So our coaching staff isn't aligned.
All right.
And
so this is D'Antoni. This
D'Antoni
is
and Woody.
His brother.
Woody.
D'Antoni's
so,
brother.
Yep.
Phil.
Yep.
Phil.
Phil's in the
Coach,
front office.
So there's a lot going on.
No, we had Coach Phil.
Yeah. No. Coach
My
Phil.
fault.
Not Phil Jackson wasn't there yet.
This was D'Antoni's crew.
Got you.
Yeah.
Right.
This was the crew.
So I do, you know,
Pringles.
the reality is, you know, and correct me if I'm over speaking, but
Never.
I do think you felt a pressure of like, I need to get back and prove and figure out like what I'm going to bring to the team because I'm hurt and they're moving in this direction. I'm feeling a pressure of like, okay, I'm rookie minimum. And at the end of the day, like, how do I help what it is that the big three have already started with this organization? And so, you know, again, I was just so new to and so green, like we didn't always have the toughest conversations, and we didn't have the environment where we were really talking about things openly either on that team. And so a lot of it was guessing, but yeah, it wasn't easy. Like it wasn't easy, and it wasn't perfect.
It was. So that's from his perspective. Now, my add-on to that is leadership, right, comes into play, right? Outside of player leadership, whose leadership and the coaching staff and front office, who is really, forget the front office, because they shouldn't have nothing to do with what happens, what we do on the court. When you think about coaching, right, we didn't have nobody, and I love D'Antoni, like, despite, it's me and D'Antoni too. Like it's me versus everybody. But even with D'Antoni, it's like he didn't know how to adjust to that either because it was new to him.
Yeah.
And because he didn't understand him, he didn't know about. I mean, he was on the team, but it wasn't like D'Antoni had him in rotation or like, oh, we going to Jeremy Lin and we gonna play. No, all of this shit is happening in quick time.
Yeah.
So as I'm coming back, I got to come back healthy to really figure this shit out because I know at the end of the day, this ain't going to be on him. This shit is on me. So whatever happens, if it don't work out, they can say, oh, Jeremy Lin had a good run, Linsanity, boom, boom. That's what could have happened.
Yeah.
So the pressure on me to come back, lead this team, and figure out, oh, if he's going to be the guy, which I told him that we had this was front office.
Right.
Listen, if this is who's going to be the guy, we got to figure this out. I'm going to figure this out, but you have to tell me if this is going to be the guy. Because he playing one way, and then you got the coaching wanting to play a whole nother way because they're still skeptical about what the fuck is going on.
Yeah.
So they telling me, Melo, all right, cool, like we going to hurry up and get back. We don't know how long this gonna. So the pressure on me to get back, I had to really come back sharp. So in between that, there's success, right? There's excitement. There's winning, right? We found something out of nothing in the sense. We was down and out. They was wearing the bags over their heads at our games.
Yeah. I remember vividly.
Right?
Yeah.
So now we get this golden nugget coming in here and revitalize just the energy that we all needed. And I think Amari needed it. I think Tyson needed it. I think D'Antoni needed it. I think Dolan needed it. Right? It was just an energy that was needed at that point in time.
And not to, add to the narrative there, but like the third sort of party here is that like, this is such a specifically New York story. You know what I mean? Like you could have been a great player that, comes out of nowhere in any other city. But the fact that you did it here multiplied everything, and all those narratives that sort of probably made it uncomfortable for y'all to talk, especially you, is exacerbated at that point, right? Like, you're the biggest star in sports out of nowhere, and you're still on Landry Field's couch or Steve Novak's couch? Where was that?
Yeah, it was Landry's couch.
It was Landry's couch, right? And
Small couch, literally this size right here. Got my feet hanging off.
It's nuts. So I mean, I just love to know, like, with y'all two, on the outside looking in, when you break it down on a basketball term, yeah, it probably makes sense just style-wise, like, why wouldn't it mesh? But us being fans, us being people like watching it, and especially it being in New York, your ascension and then hoping Melo gets back just gave everybody hope. Like, I remember leading up to that Miami game where everyone just kind of like, yeah, like the Knicks might actually have something here.
Yeah, so, well, I'm going to cut you off real quick on that.
Please.
Real quick. Because he mentioned style-wise.
Yes.
Didn't work. Or had to figure it out.
Right.
The thing about what style-wise, when I was playing, it was a way. Me, Amari, Stat played a certain way, right? We played the way. Now he come in, now it's a whole nother way, right? And I'm out the game. So what ends up happening is, as a fan, the media, you start to put the question out there, what style is, what style you gravitating toward at that moment, right? So now you putting these styles against each other and you making people pick a side of what style of play you want for the New York Knicks. So you have that style, and then you have my style of play, right? So now you gotta pick and choose because they put that wedge in there.
Yeah.
So the narrative becomes stronger. If I'm playing this way in the course of the game, he's playing this way in the course of the game, which we both could do.
And I think that's the thing is, like, when we talked about this one conversation where me, Melo, Stat, and T.Y., Tyson Chandler, T.Y., we were all finally, four of us, healthy, and we met before a road game against the Bucks. And us four aligned on this is what we're going to try to do, because not everybody, but we have different styles. You can play the run and gun, 7 seconds or less, pick and roll, or you can go more like get the ball to Melo, let you cook, let you do your thing in the style that you have. They're not necessarily mutually exclusive. It's not to say that they can't coexist together. It takes extra work.
Yeah.
And it takes extra reps for it to coexist together and for it to exist together well. And I think that's the part where we had to really figure that out. There is it takes a lot of work and intentionality to get there. And so it's not to say that we weren't trying.
Yeah.
We were trying.
But we also didn't have the leadership to help us.
We didn't have the leadership.
Figure this shit out.
And also, I don't think that, and this is my perspective, I don't think us four were close enough
to figure it out.
Right.
And so to say that, like, all four of us showed up and we're on the same page, I don't think that's true.
No.
I think we all showed up with the intention of how can we try to get on the same page, because we were 8-15 in 10th place, and every game fans would come down, boo us, throw something at us, tell us we suck on their way out because we were down 20. That's the reality of what we were looking at. And so it was the intentionality to try to figure it out was there. But yeah, it's not easy, difficult. Man. It's not easy.
It's difficult. It's funny as shit now. Now we older now. You in it, you're not looking at it.
It's not funny back then.
What I'm about to say is funny because when you go from a meeting of 3, me, Amari, Tyson, right? That's primarily the leadership of that team, of this organization, right? Everything comes through us as far as ideas, defensively, offensively, how style, like what do we want to do? Like that's just natural conversation that you should be having with the coach and all of that, trying to figure this out. Then the snap of a finger, you got him a part of that meeting.
Right.
So now it's like, okay. Right? Like what's happening here? Like
in the meeting, before the meeting, I'm like, wait, y'all want me in this meeting?
My point exactly. So like, what are we doing?
1/50th of what you guys make.
So when I say the way that they introduced it, to me and Tyson and Amari wasn't nothing bad. It was just like, oh shit, okay, we got another face in here. We got another body, we got another mind in here.
Right.
Which nobody was used to. It was just like, yo, we doing the meet, Jeremy? Come on, Jalen. It's like, oh shit. That's why he felt that way of, you want me in there?
Yeah.
You said because now he becomes a priority in strategy and figuring this shit out.
Yeah.
And somebody who's on a 10-day, a non-guaranteed contract, that's a lot of pressure. So I try to blanket that from him. Leave him alone. Fuck that. No, he ain't doing that. Jeremy ain't gonna get the KFC deal.
Right.
Like, why you turning the Mercedes deal, the BMW? Right. Like, fuck that. Go get $100 million.
Yeah.
So that's for another day. We can move on now. One last
question. Hold on a second. Because I gotta hear this. Because y'all was saying, like, you know, at that time the narrative was like, yo, these dudes are opposed, you know what I'm saying, stylistically, and like in the locker room, right? That was the narrative, right? And you said that y'all were not winning games. You know what I'm saying? Y'all wasn't. I was there. I was betting the spread every time. Y'all covered a lot. Appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? The spreads was crazy. Nigga, 20.5 points is crazy. Nigga, against the Sixers. It's crazy. What was the worst shit that you heard about yourself and about each other? Because in that time, there was people that were like, quote unquote, Team Melo, and people that were, quote unquote, Team Jeremy.
Linsanity,
yeah. Right.
Well, the reality...
New York, the wait is over. The Knicks are back in the finals, and with FanDuel, you can cash in on a championship run that's been years in the making. Because for a limited time, new FanDuel customers in New York can get 50-1 odds on the Knicks to win it all. That's right. All you have to do is bet $5 on the Knicks to win the NBA championship, and you'll get $250 in cash if they win it all. The Knicks in the finals is a big deal, and that's why FanDuel is celebrating with a big deal of their own. So just visit FanDuel.com/7 p.m. to join today. That's FanDuel.com/7 p.m. to take advantage of 50-1 odds on the Knicks to win the championship. Play your game with FanDuel, an official sports betting partner of the New York Knicks. 21 and physically present in New York. First online real money wager only. Must wager in designated offer markets. Max bet $5. For help with a gambling problem, call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Y'all know I keep a good pair of shades, and Sunglass Hut is here to get me right. If you want to level up your look for summer, this is where you go.
Facts. They got summer styles for whatever your vibe is, too. From Ray-Ban to Versace. Whether you want something classic or something that stands out a little more, they got you covered. And some of those summer exclusives hit different, too. You can find the kind of pair that can really set your whole fit off.
And the in-store experience is elite. Their shades experts really know their stuff. And if you want extra peace of mind, the Sun Love Protection Plan gives you 12 months of accidental protection. A great pair of shades is the perfect confidence booster. As soon as you put them on, you know you feel different.
The A1 service doesn't stop there. You can make your shades spotless and shining with their care kits. Their all-in-one care kits are designed to protect your shades and keep you looking on point. And you can pull up to the store anytime for free spray, refills, cleaning, and adjustments.
At Sunglass Hut, you can find the styles you love with prescription lenses. That means customers can get their vision right by easily adding vision correction to their frames, with lenses starting at only $100. So if you want to step your summertime shades game up, visit Sunglass Hut and find your perfect pair of shades for the summer. Sunglass Hut, it's own your moment.
Was actually that our team, and that's what I'm saying is so complicated, is because ownership is unsure, front office is kind of split, coaching staff is split, and players are split because we're trying to figure out what direction is this ship going in. And looking back, it's like actually what it is the same point that I've been saying is we could have coexisted if we had the time and the intentionality to figure it out. Mm-hmm. And that's where we were trying to get to. But the reality was, even on the player side, things were kind of split, right? Like it was like some players are very suitable to complement Melo and what you're great at. Some players, some of the younger role players, we had a thing going and we had it figured out. And so now everybody's kind of like unsure. And to me, and I had said this to him, I was like, you got to think from my perspective. Everything kind of came and went so fast, and now I'm not on the Knicks anymore. And after that, I hear publicly a coach saying something, and 3 teammates saying stuff publicly about like, oh, Linsanity didn't vibe with everybody in the locker room, and Linsanity this, and there was jealousy, or it just couldn't work. We couldn't figure it out with that group. And so I'm like, you gotta think, Melo, like I'm hearing this and I'm trying to piece together the story. And then the ridiculous contract part, which we talked out, which I'm glad we talked out, but I'm like, okay, so now he's bagging my contract, and I'm like, bro, and I told him over the phone.
For everybody that was born in the 20 teens, what was that? What was that quote?
So the quote was, Melo said that my contract was ridiculous because I had signed 3 years, $25 million with the Rockets that the Knicks had an opportunity to match, and the structure of the contract, which Melo, you could speak on that on yourself, for yourself, what you had shared to me over the phone, but I'm piecing together all these stories. And so I'm like, why would my teammates come out and say, like, it wasn't cool with everybody in the locker room?
Right.
And I honestly think, like, looking back, I think it's just so confusing, right? Like, it's so confusing. But at the same time, I'm also like, I don't know if anybody really knew what the other person was totally thinking.
Right.
And the reason is because when I came onto the scene, Stat and Melo were hurt. Then Stat comes back, and then a little bit later, Melo comes back, and then I get hurt. And so it's like there's the continuity isn't there, and so the conversations are also not there, and the reps and the experience of winning games, losing games, and figuring it out wasn't there too. And so now, like, now I'm just like, I don't really know what to think, and I was like, the easiest way is to just talk it out together.
Yeah.
And so we were able to do that. And, at the end of the day, when I think back on it, I don't like try to figure out every last detail of it, because I think you can go down that rabbit hole. But I think the intentionality around our conversation of we want to try to figure out how to coexist together. We want to try to essentially like, it's New York City, man. Like, we're trying to get the Knicks as far as we can go, because if we don't get that, it's all of our heads.
Yeah.
And especially like the players at the top and getting paid the most, but it's all of our heads in New York. If you're not doing what you're getting paid
Knicks
to do.
fans care about everybody with that jersey on, bro.
Yeah,
From the first guy to the 15th down the bench.
Absolutely.
So ridiculous came from.
Okay.
So, and I've never said this publicly.
All right.
Yeah.
Like, this was internally, right? But like to somebody who's about to make the decision, right? And I explained this to him. Ridiculous means, yes, Houston offered him a $25 million contract that New York could actually match.
Right.
Right? That he deserved the match. Yes. That wasn't ridiculous. What was ridiculous was the jump at that point in time from 4, 15 or 16 or something like that. So when you sitting across from the person about to write the check, and they like, if I do this, this is what this means, blah, 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 blah. Yo, that's ridiculous. Why would you take that jump like that?
Oh, wow.
Right?
Right.
Now shit internally leaks. All of a sudden, Melo says Jeremy Lin contract is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
No, what's ridiculous is if you go back and do the math and the numbers at that point in time, what it would have did for the New York salary cap. And maybe as a player, I shouldn't have been worried about that. Right? Maybe I should have just been worried about playing basketball and just going out there and continue to get better and try to win. But when you can't pick and choose when you're in that seat. You cannot pick and choose when you're in that seat. You can't pick and choose when you I just want to play basketball and nah.
Yeah.
You are the business.
Yeah.
So I gotta know what the fuck going on too.
Yeah.
And if you respect me enough to sit me down and say, hey, what do you think about this right here? Nah. Because if I sat down with you, that means you want to hear my opinion. Here's what I say. No, if you could cut that down, could you stretch that?
Right.
Would you stretch that?
To help the team overall.
to help him stay.
Yeah.
Would you stretch the 15 at the jump? Would you stretch that? Could you stretch that
Okay.
over the 2 years?
And I think the concept of money, this is why the business of basketball is
Yeah.
so complicated. It's like, from different vantage points, what does this contract or this money mean? From my vantage point, I'm like, okay, hold on. I'm seeing stats. Like, I drove in $100 million in revenue.
Yeah.
I got paid $400,000 and then I got dropped, and I never got an offer in free agency. And I'm like, so for me to try to, and that was, which we can get to in a little bit, but it's like my exit from the New York Knicks crushed me.
Yeah.
Like, I was messed up because not just because I wasn't going back to New York, but because of how it happened. But from my side, I'm thinking like, there's no other player in the NBA that made that much money.
This motherfucker got me out of here. He's blaming you. He's like, this fucking guy. I'm sick of this motherfucker. That's what started to happen. He started adding all that shit up. Everything they was saying, he's figuring out his exit.
Right.
And then it comes down to ridiculous.
So I'm thinking from the money side, I'm like, dang, like I'm not somebody who chases the money. I've never been somebody who just chases the money, but money is also a sign of respect. But at the end of the day, money is also a real thing when it comes to your position on the team.
Of course.
Like, when it comes to how big your contract is, how quickly you're able to be moved,
You
and
better
all
be
of
putting
that.
them shots up.
As well as for me, I'm like, I'm not looking at myself and this is where I'm trying to go with the ownership. They're thinking about it, and the business of basketball is what is the revenue, not just on court, not basketball side, as well as the off court,
Jersey
right?
sales,
So they're
all that.
thinking about that angle of money, and that thing, and then Melo's thinking about, all right, hold on. So we got this much. Now we're in this level of salary cap. If he takes that jump, what are the pieces that you can actually afford to put around me to get the organization where I feel like it needs to go, or to get the type of players and the level of players that I need. So that's why the money side, when it comes in, is incredibly complicated. But again,
from the outside,
it was complex.
It's
my
complex.
brain hurts talking about it right now.
From the
It's just
outside looking in,
I love it.
we could see why like the narrative would be out there of being like Melo screwed Jeremy Lin, or Jeremy Lin just took the money and left. He, wasn't built for the state. Like, there was all these things about both of y'all that came out. Like, nobody came out of this unscathed. Like, somebody got like a red letter on them about like their personality or whatnot. And yeah, and that being said, like with you've had to come back to the Garden many times. Like you still had a very successful NBA career afterwards. But, having it being able to be done in New York, especially being back here now and seeing what's happening with the finals and just the madness that's happened here, would you have traded all that to get it done here and make it work in New York?
I don't even know. It's like my heart was always has always been with New York. You know what I mean? Because I'm a loyal guy, so I'm not somebody who everybody believed in, or I never had options. Like, there was one person who believed in me, and he coached me for like 6 years. And then there was one more person who believed in me, and that was my high school coach. Like, there was always like one school, one coach that like actually thought I could do something. So I'm extremely loyal because I come from a place of like, when somebody believes in you or gives you an opportunity, you gotta be loyal. And I think that's what crushed me about the ending of the Knicks is like, I would have done anything to stay. And when, and how it ended up happening and how we got there, it's great that we were able to talk it out. And there's a lot of other moving parties as well.
Yep.
Right. Like, and Melo said, and credit to you and to me, like, one thing I am really proud of is, despite us not having this conversation earlier, neither of us have ever gone back and talked about it, because I don't think it does. It's not a service to talk about it publicly without first talking it out privately. So I've actually never spoken publicly about my exit from New York until today. And the only reason why is because now we have had that conversation. And so for me, it's like, I'm sitting there like, I got to go back to New York. We got to find any which way. And New York, they could have offered me 3 years, $9 million, but I didn't even get that. And so I'm like, shoot, like, y'all just made hundreds of millions, and I'm just trying to stay.
Right.
And then they're like, all right, but you got to go out and get an offer. So I go to Houston. Houston gives me this offer, and I'm like, I swear to you, I get on the phone with my agent, and I'm like, I don't want to take it. He's like, you don't have a choice. He's like, there's no other offer from the other 29 teams. You don't have a choice. Do you want to be in the NBA or not? I'm like, yeah, obviously, but can you tell Houston to lower the money so that
the
I
Knicks can match it?
Yeah.
Wow.
I was like, tell them to lower the money.
Wow.
Or tell the Knicks. I was like, tell the Knicks I'll go back and play for the qualifying offer. I'll take a 3 years 9 or whatever. And my agent's like, that's not happening. They're not offering that. And I was like, dang. And obviously this is and this is like a previous, right? This is a different regime, and this is a lot of changes. We're 14 years out, and so a lot of different changes in staff and personnel and whatever. It doesn't really even matter, because at the end of the day, there's stuff where we're not trying to incriminate certain people or anything. It's like we're not trying to create more tension or choose more sides.
Oh, this is the good vibes conversation, right?
This is a good vibes conversation.
Listen, the business of basketball.
I was about to say.
Sports, I knew you was about to ask that. It gets tricky because when you start playing, and now I can see it now, being on this side of the game and moving around the way that I move around. The way that they operate, the way that they think. Houston knew that New York wasn't gonna match that jump. Without me saying that, that's crazy. They just knew that. This is why they offered him 25, knowing that Dolan or the Knicks was only gonna offer him a certain amount. So they jumped out there and said, hey, we're gonna offer that. And if they do this, they really want you.
Right.
Let's see if they really want, because we want you. But if they do this, then they really, 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 really want you. And the front office and the business of it is like, is this what we want? Is this number what we want from a business standpoint?
And then there is the narrative, right? Like,
yes.
And I told this story to Melo. I was like, Melo, I'm in Houston. They're pitching me. The Rockets are pitching me. My agent, I'm on the 17th floor of the hotel. Okay. In my hotel room. My agent, Roger Montgomery, is talking to Daryl Morey. We don't know anything. We haven't heard a contract offer or anything. They're just taking us out to eat steak and whatever. Right. And then we get back. I'm like, bro, I don't need the steak. I just need, what are we doing here? Like, what's happening? And then I turn on the TV just to kind of clear my mind. My agent is meeting with Daryl Morey, and they're trying to figure out, all right, what is the actual offer? And I see on national television an analyst saying, this is the contract offer, and Jeremy is extremely unhappy with it because he wants more.
Oh, wow.
So I call my agent 5 times in a row. And he's like not picking up because he's talking to Daryl Morey. And then finally he sees it. He calls me back. He's like, why are you calling me? I'm in the middle of the meeting. I'm like, hey man, this just got reported. Is this true? He's like, stop calling me. No, that's not true. I haven't got the contract yet. I didn't get the contract yet.
Right.
And so I think that whole thing was just, it took a life of its own. But to say the least, like, I was crushed, man. I was crushed when I didn't go back, and I would have taken less to answer your initial question, to be able to do it in New York City. And I don't think my heart really ever left New York, even though I went to a lot of different teams. And not to say that your love can grow in different places, but there's always going to be a special place in my heart for, like, it happened here, in New York.
Right. So going back to the business of basketball, was that the first time in your career, or, was there another time where you felt like, man, fuck the business of basketball? You know what I mean?
My whole life. I mean, but even me coming in the NBA, I signed a partially guaranteed contract with the Warriors, and the first thing that comes out is he's just here for jersey sales.
Wow.
And so now I'm caught, like, that's the thing. That's what's unique about my story, is nobody's really seen somebody like me come along. Yeah. So nobody knew how to deal with it.
Yeah.
And because of that, now everybody's trying to figure it out. And so I was caught in that early on as a rookie. And so you had the owner who really wanted me. You had other people that didn't believe in me. Then we had this whole thing, is you drive here for ticket sales or here to play ball? and now you got all of that. I get cut twice, you know, and then I show up in New York and
they're thinking the same thing.
And
can we get jersey sales? Right, we talking about real, we sparking real shit right now, right?
So everyone has a different angle,
Absolutely.
right? Because D'Antoni, I do believe D'Antoni wanted me there on the team because during my workout, I crushed my Knicks workout. I crushed it, and D'Antoni called me into his office and was like, "I don't. That might have been the best workout I've ever seen. Like, who are you? You know?" And so me and D'Antoni had this conversation, and he's like, "Look, man, we got these picks. Like, basically, what he was saying was, I really like you, and I'm going to try to convince them to, but I can't guarantee it." Gotcha. Now that I look back and I'm piecing together his words, this was before I ever came into the NBA.
Gotcha.
That's why he left.
It wasn't until year 2 until I actually got a chance to join the team. So D'Antoni was coming from the angle of basketball, but maybe other people weren't.
Right.
And then when it came time to, do I stay, do I not, poison pill, big jump, now everybody has a different lens into, you know, is it worth it, or why is it worth it?
Wow. Something just popped up.
But
I never heard this before.
Okay.
Like I'm saying, from his experience when it comes to that. And I wonder now, is that why D'Antoni left?
Left New York.
Because he felt the pressure from a business side of just dealing with the politics of the game as opposed to just dealing with the pure
just
basketball.
Playing.
Right.
Yeah.
Because he just got up and bounced. And nobody never knew why. But now that he's saying this, right, that shit just made me think like, damn, is that why? Because he believed in him so much. And from a basketball purity standpoint, but then also he had to fight for him to be on the roster, even with these picks, even with these roster spots. I'm gonna help you out.
Yeah.
So if it don't go that way, but I also get the other side of it too. This is what he's saying. I get the other side of the politics, the business, the bullshit that I may not be for. So if it get too much pressure on me, I'm bowing out.
Yeah.
And we losing, I'm out of here. Right? I've never thought about that. I'm not saying that's right, but I should just hit me.
Yeah, and I definitely don't want to speak on his behalf.
No, never that.
But it's just the point of all of it is so complex.
It's
bro.
complex, man.
It's complex.
You know what? It's men's
so you're trying to distill
man.
a simple. You're trying to get a simple answer to a complex, really, really complex situation. And I think I think it's not as cut and dry or black and white as everybody wants it to be. So it's not like, Jeremy didn't fit Melo's playing style and vice versa, or there was jealousy of Linsanity, or Jeremy wanted the most money, so he left. I think there are elements of all of that in the whole story of Melo is realistically trying to figure out, I came to New York and I got the weight of the world on my shoulders, and I got to be prime peak Melo. So what does that look like? I'm also thinking like, I'm trying to find my way. I'm trying to, figure it out. And I want to be also respected and deserve to be respected as a basketball player, which is reflected in your contract. But at the same time, I'm also not chasing the money too, right? Like, so there's elements of all of that within all of the story, but to be able to say that it's all these things all at once, is to say it's that simple where it's just this one thing and that's it, is just an overgeneralization. I don't think life ever works that black, hardly ever works that black and white.
Being connected is one thing, being rewarded for it is another. As an Xfinity customer, you're automatically an Xfinity member. That means you get access to magical benefits just for being a part of it. We're talking epic experiences, everyday perks, special discounts, and surprises you didn't even know were coming. It's more than service, it's value beyond the screen. Xfinity membership rewards you just for showing up, because loyalty should come with real benefits. That's Xfinity membership. To be our best selves, we all need a daily ritual. And during the summer, when you're moving around, you need to have routines that can travel with you. A good nutrition shake has always been part of my routine, no matter where I'm at. That's why I rock with Kachava. It's an easy way to get an all-in-one nutrition wherever life takes you. The Kachava travel packs are my go-to. I just throw a pack or two in my bag before I head out the door, then I'm on the go. My wellness routine has leveled up with the addition of Kachava. Need support for all-day energy? Kachava is packed with key vitamins and minerals to help keep you going. Looking to support your immune system? Their travel packs include nutrients like vitamin C, zinc, and probiotics. It's all the nutrition your body craves in one deliciously simple shake, packed and ready to go. Just one packet helps prepare you for whatever the day brings. It's loaded with protein, fiber, vitamins, greens, electrolytes, and so much more. And of course, it's made with clean ingredients, no artificial flavors, colors, or sweeteners, and it's non-GMO. Take your daily ritual with you. Go to kachava.com and use code 7PM for 15% off your first order. That's KACHAVA.com, code 7PM. The biggest tournament in soccer is finally here. To make sure you never miss a single moment of the action on the pitch, you need the Apple Sports app. It's a free app that fits perfectly into your everyday life, making it easy to follow your favorite teams and get all the information you need as matches unfold. There's a main tournament tab that bundles everything together: live scores, stats, points, and rankings, all in one spot. You can even view starting lineups and team formations before games start. As the tournament starts to heat up, you can track the bracket to see each team's exact path to the championship. And if you're on the move, you can display live scores right on your phone, lock screen, to keep up with your favorite teams in just a glance. Stay closer to the game. Download the Apple Sports app for free in the App Store.
Nah, it's definitely like like you said, like it's a mix of all those things. You know what I'm saying? But there's also like the fact, like we've spoken about this on the show a bunch, man, where, you know, if you have a roster and player A is making $40 million a year and player B is making $5 million a year, guess who's getting more shots? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, yo, we're paying for you, motherfucker. You better put up 30 shots a game. Like, we're running the offense through you, motherfucker, because you are the most expensive asset on the thing. It's like assets. Yeah. It's not even like people.
And jealousy, like the whole topic is like jealousy. It's like what we talked about on the phone, and Melo was like, the reality is when you're hooping and we got a streak going and we're playing a certain style, like, yeah, there's pressure on me to figure out, like, do I feel like, man, like I need to kind of come back and also, of course, be healthy, do your thing, help the team win. But also I need to figure out where I fit into this piece of the puzzle. Then I get hurt and they're playing a certain way. And of course, I'm going to think the same thing of like, okay, I got to get healthy. Where do I fit in this puzzle? And how big of a piece am I? And all of that. There is all of that. That's a real human thing. Like anybody who tells you they're not struggling with it or dealing with it is lying to your face. Yeah. We are all like, we all got egos. We all got ambition. But my point is, I don't think that ever overtook our goal to figure it out together and to win, because we are professional basketball players playing for the same team, and our job is to win. And I think there was a commitment to that, but just
as we like piecing this back together, as your teammate now, was it something that you would have loved to see differently from me as your teammate at that in those moments?
I mean, and we talked about this over the phone. Towards the end of the conversation, I was like, man, Mel, I just gotta bring up one thing. To me, I was like, I said, you know, when I was trying to come back for the playoffs against the Miami Heat, like I wasn't ready to play physically. Like I could have been on the court and been I don't think I wasn't gonna help the team. Like I was really dealing with a serious surgery, like a serious thing where it's like I didn't have my step, I didn't have my explosiveness, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try to play anyways. So I'm like, I'm getting ready. I'm like, I'm gonna try to figure it out. I gotta just get out there. And like Melo and a couple other OGs were like, kind of like, we pulled me to the side and we had a talk, and they were like, yo, like this isn't the move. And they were trying to protect me. And you know, I think it's something that I personally was like, it wasn't just you and it was you and a couple others. And I was like, I'm grateful that y'all are giving me your veteran advice and wisdom. And then, you know, obviously with the wording of everything, I get crushed in the media. And I was like, Melo, I wish that you were one of the OGs, one of the vets, just at least came out and like backed me up a little bit, because I was hell bent on trying to play that series, like I really wanted to. And y'all could see like it's not like the body is not
possible.
And that's not actually going to help you or the team.
Right. It's gonna hinder the whole process.
And so that's probably like that's the thing. I was like, man, I wish somebody just came out and helped me in that regard. But you know, that came and went, and that's fine. But that's the one thing I had said to him. And obviously the other regret that I kind of have is like, man, I wish we had the conversation earlier. You know, I wish we had the conversation a lot earlier. Because it's hilarious. I've never told you this, but obviously I leave the Knicks and we never talked it out. And so there's this like elephant in the room. So every time we play against each other, I'm like, I'll say what's up to you if you say what's up to me. And you're probably like, I'll say what's up to you. And so we never say what's up to each other.
Damn.
And then we're just playing against each other. And then there was one game where, you know, you always try to swipe the ball or block the ball early. Like they're about to get into it, and before they even get into their peak jump, you hit my head so hard, man. You gave me an uppercut to the, and I was like, for real?
Oh, that was personal?
He did it on purpose.
I was like,
There's a little extra in that one.
Dang, I think I had the mohawk at the time. My whole mohawk was shaking back and forth. I'm like a bobblehead. He hit me so hard, and I was like, okay, all right. So I was
what we doing?
Every time I play against, like every time he was in front of me.
Yeah.
I'm going. And then I did something else that was hilarious. Dog. I don't know if you remember this. Literally, we didn't talk about this until today. And then you would be guarding the pick and roll. And at that time, you were kind of getting moved because the NBA was evolving. And so you were kind of going to that stretch four position. So you were defending on some of the pick and rolls. And I was like, every chance I get, he's guarding the pick and roll, I'm going to nutmeg him. I'm going to throw it through his legs. So, bro, I had there was one game where I had like 2 or 3.
Every time you saw
where I had 2 or 3. And it wasn't like, to me, it wasn't like, oh, like, I hate you. It was just like, I didn't know.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I didn't know how you actually felt about me. And then I'm hearing and piecing all these things together. And I'm like, okay, he probably had a hand in, I don't know how big of a hand, but he probably had a hand in me not coming back to the Knicks. And then he also uppercutted me in the face.
He spanked the shit out of you in court.
And then like, we don't say what's up to each other. And we're like, and that was like my vet too, right? Like, you know, it's like as a young player, I look up to him, Melo, Stat and TY, like y'all are my vets. Like, you guys are like legends to me. I have so much respect for you.
Yeah.
And so I didn't know how to operate. I was like, I'm just not making you every time. And man, roller come out, going right through your legs, get up 2 points. I'm like, yeah. And then meanwhile, you would be doing killing in the mid range, hitting shots, ball coming, you muscle up, get an and one, and then the ball comes down. And you always headbutting the ball, you know, like. And so, and I'm just like, every time you score, I'd just be like, man, this dude right here, man. And then I would go ice. It was just hilarious, bro.
See, I don't be knowing that shit, man. I'm just so, again, man, when you're competitive, it's like shit happens so fast in sports and in this league. And that's why, and this is a message to a lot of people out there, like honor those relationships or take the time out to understand what people's going through or dealing with on your team, right? Be it the 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th guy. Everybody is dealing with something. So it wasn't that I didn't understand that. It was that I understood it, but damn, I got to continue. I'm on a streak. I can't lose in Houston. I don't want to lose in Houston. We got to win games. And he just so happened to be on the other side. And again, I don't know that he's feeling this way. I'm just about to go play against Houston Rockets, who just so happen to have Jeremy Lin, who just came from. I understand the dynamics of what the picture that they painted. But I'm trying to win. I'm not thinking about
the NBA's not letting y'all two just on the MSG network. All right? If y'all playing each other, it's a national team. Everybody's watching.
I'm not thinking about I have to beat Jeremy Lin when I go play the Houston Rockets. Like I gotta really die. I still gotta move on.
Right.
So when the time comes up, hey Melo, you need to talk to Jeremy J. Lin. I'm like, what the fuck is why? Why? What I need to talk to him about? Is something happened? I'm still naive about what the fuck is going on. But anyway, That was just a competitive move, something that I do. The swipe, I do the swipe, and just so happened.
You was there.
Yes, because I also know him, and I know his scouting report, and I also know when he goes to the hole what he's about to do.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm timing it. And I guess he knew I was about to swipe.
I knew you were timing. I had this kind of
right. So
like, he's gonna try to get it early, so I'm moving the ball out the way, and it's bang right in my head.
It set the tone, I guess.
Yeah, it definitely set the tone.
It's all good. We in now,
man. And from then on, he was just like, "Yo, nutmeg every time."
I was like, man, I'm
got me the fuck out of here after that hit.
So and that's like, man, that is the beauty of sports is why are we here? Why am I on 7 p.m.? Why do we get that conversation? Is because the current Knicks are balling, and they're bringing people together, right? And that has always been the beauty of sports. Is doesn't matter your upbringing, your gender, your height, your whatever, like you step on the floor or you cheer for the same team, there's unity, there's solidarity, there's a common ground, and that's what sports is. And so for us to be able to do that, like this current Knicks team and what they're doing and these players and how they're playing, obviously they lost game 3, but before that winning 13 in a row, getting to the finals, like that's allowing all of us to heal in different ways too, and it's bringing us together, and that's something that's super beautiful. Like it's so dope.
There's
doing that.
hundreds of thousands of Knicks fans right now that are healing just watching y'all two talk. Right?
I'm like, man, get this out early, and hopefully they win game 4 and we're up 3-1.
I think on Monday, all right.
Play this shit before the Knicks game.
Yeah, they need this before game 4.
Play this before the Knicks game. In the garden on the screen
with the live chat, all that. Early.
So early. Was there anything from that private conversation or this conversation today that truly brought closure to this entire 12, 13, 14-year-old ordeal between you two?
I mean, for me, definitely, right? And I mentioned to him, like, I went to therapy around this. I went to, I had a sports psychologist around this because there was trauma from early in my career that I didn't know how to get past to get to that next level as a player, and I needed professional help. Like, how do I trust people? Or, how do I not feel like the other shoe is gonna drop? So I'm always, when things are going well, I'm kind of like, but something bad's gonna happen. That was kind of always what I was dealing with. And so there was some, even you hit 5 in a row in a game, and it's not like, yo, I'm hot. It's like, oh shoot, I might miss that 6th one. It might come, and so I was kind of wrestling with, and it wasn't just my experience in New York. There was a couple experiences after, but really this was the start of, and the main one that I had to work through. And so I got to a place where I had good closure and around this situation. And then I had seen Melo, you had talked about on 7 p.m., like, I would love to invite you. And so that was when it kind of came back up. And then we got on the phone, after a little bit, and we were able to do that. And that's like a different level of closure. Because the first level of closure was kind of me. What I did was I visualized it. Like, I visualized the reconciliation. And I told you this over the phone too. Like, I have been praying for you for years, because praying for you and praying for everything and praying for us to be able to have this. Because at the end of the day, I was like, man, like, I want my story to be my story, not, hey, this is Jeremy's story. And by the way, let's talk bad about somebody else or, blame somebody. It was just like, I just want to be me. I'm in my lane. And my personality too is like, I'm a no drama guy. I want to be cool with all my teammates. I want to have fun and hoop. And so that has been big closure for me, which is why I do really respect and appreciate you taking the time, especially like in France on vacation.
As well. In the south of France. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, so man, that was a fantastic conversation. But Jeremy, now we're about to get into some 7 p.m. stuff. All right, it's time for America's #1 segment. It's called "Fuck With It" or "Fuck Out of Here." All right, this is when we go through some of the most viral videos or just crazy things we've seen going on social media, and it's very simple. We either like it, say we fuck with it. We don't like it, you get it the fuck out of here. Okay. Are you ready? All right, let's go. Fat Joe, you know what I'm saying? Brand new member of the media, you know what I'm saying? He had a quote recently, while he was, taking in media day for the New York Knicks and said, quote, "I seen Hasidic Jews breakdancing with black kids. This is the greatest unification of the city since 9/11. And everybody thought he was lying. And then this link dropped. There he goes. Hey. Now, you know what? Shout out to my guy, Dragonfly Jones, who said, this is what Joe does all the time. He tells stories that sound unbelievable until you see it. And it just be minor details like, all right, they weren't breakdancing, they were getting sturdy. That's exactly what they were doing.
I'm all about unification and bring it, the beauty of sports, bringing people together. I'm with it. So
the Knicks bringing peace to New York City.
I know you was on vacation for a little bit, but the streets of New York.
I was tuned in.
It was utopia out here.
I was tuned in.
It was utopia.
I'll fuck with that.
So fuck with it or fuck out of here. The Knicks are bringing peace to New York City.
I'll fuck with that.
Fuck with it. You can say F with it if you're all right.
Yeah, no.
He freak with
FWI.
I appreciate that. Oh man. All right, so yo, your man Charles Barkley was acting egregious on the halftime show for Game 3 at Madison Square Garden. Let's check out what he said.
I ain't seen this.
You ain't seen what he said about Cardi B? All right, well,
this is crazy.
Here we go.
As the New York Knicks up 7, looking for a 3-0 lead. We've been competing with Cardi B here. We lost. I don't know if those B's. They might be Cardi B's.
They Cardi B's?
Cardi B's?
Come on, Chuck. Come on, Chuck.
Chuck, you wildin', Chuck. You wildin', Chuck.
Fuck out of here, Chuck.
Oh,
Come
man.
on, man.
Come on, son. That is somebody's mother.
That's crazy.
He said that at the halftime show?
No, on ABC.
And he doubled back. He said it like a second time. He said it a second time.
Hey, Cardi B.
Not even cable, son. That is national TV. That is Channel 7.
Chuck, man. Chuck say what he want, man.
I'm like the producer, the whole
like,
production
oh,
team in the
shit.
background just sweating
Now
bullets.
that you know how it works, they probably be like, God, Chuck, shut the fuck up. in his ear. Shut up, Chuck. They probably like, that's a good one, Chuck.
Oh man, but you know what? He could do that. That's Charles, bro.
He can Chuck, that's a good one, Chuck.
Do whatever he want, man. It's incredible.
He's got to have a no filter clause in his contract.
Yeah.
Why would you want him? You wouldn't sign him if you can't just let Charles be Charles.
Yeah. Oh
man.
wow.
So.
But Chuck was wild. Yes, he was.
Yes, he was. I gotta get the fuck out of here though,
Yes.
Chuck. He was bugging. He was doing too much. not on national TV. All right, so yo, last one. Got to get the pardon the left glizzy content going for the. Why would you make me say this, Steve? I'm like,
Y'all always on some. Oh, man. What's wrong with y'all?
I mean, like Ron Burgundy.
What
All
they
right,
did,
we
put
got
the
some
red
glizzy
bean on
content
it?
for y'all.
They got
All
the
right.
Gucci glizzy?
Oh, what is this? They got designer glizzies now? What is that?
Yo.
hot dog?
It's a Gucci print glizzy.
They capitalizing off the culture.
Wow.
That's crazy.
But what do? Do you eat that? Do you just like walk around? Like, do you floss?
Kaz. We was letting you go on the intro of the segment, but
what's the point?
You're going too far with that.
Yo, Mero, get in here, bro. I need your thoughts.
Shut the hell up.
I need your thoughts on this, yo.
man?
We got these designer glizzies
Gucci
right here. You seen
glizzies.
this shit? You seen these designer glizzies right here?
Oh, nah, man. Come on, man. Listen.
Somebody fang hand, like what they doing?
Yeah.
But yo, honestly, what are the glizzies made of that it takes all that? That's
You got they using a freaking
Yo.
laser beam?
Yo, we gonna shut.
To
We
make a
gonna.
Gucci glizzy?
But between us, we gonna cut Kaz part. The whole part out. The questions he's asking right now is
I just don't know. I just don't know what you do with a designer hot dog.
What
Do you
the
wear it?
glizzies is made of is crazy. Let's go.
Man,
Let's go.
mystery-
Jay Lang gotta go, man. Let's go.
Walking
man.
around
Let's
mystery
go.
meat on. I don't know. It's crazy. So fuck with it or fuck out of here. The designer Gucci glizzies.
He said FOH.
FOH. I'm getting made fun of the same way 14 years later.
It's a super fuck out of here.
Oh shit.
Oh my god.
That's an extreme fuck out of here.
But let me just say one more thing, man.
Please, please.
No, I appreciate it, and just want to take some time to say genuinely, thank you. And this is great. on the basketball side, even when I talk to young players now, I do say, like, I'm like, yo, you have to learn. Like, there's 2 things that you did, and you did many amazing things on the court. But there's 2 things where I literally teach these young players. I'm like, watch Melo, and I'm like, and so you are actually somebody that I'm like, yo, the next generation, y'all gotta watch this. You gotta pick up these 2 moves or these 2 things that you do. And so as a basketball player, always have had a ton of respect for you on that regard. And you're probably like, what are those 2 things? But it's the one where you catch it and then you pretend like you're gonna drive, and then you take so you got your right foot in the air and then you plant it so fast, like you're thinking you're about to drive,
Kickstand.
but then you just bam right up, and then the ball is up and out while you're on the way up, and the defender is literally trying to process it, and you're already shooting a smooth jumper, and it's 2, and we're 2 or 3, and we're going on the way back.
Yeah.
And the other one is that spin move where you take like almost like a fake dribble left, but you're really right into his chest, and then quick spin. And
I
you
caught
had
Giannis
dunks
with that one time. He blocked my shit. Those goaltenders.
Carmelo.
I'm like, you gotta watch it because it works like 100% of the like 100% of the time. It's either a dunk, an easy lay, or an and one. And I'm like, yo, y'all gotta watch this. So on that side, but also social justice and the other things that you've gone on to evolve in and do. You know, and I was even looking up some of the stuff that, you know, some of the other stuff that you're doing, but man, how you're using your platform and all of that has been great. And especially as a younger player trying to learn from, you know, the people that came before me, and then we got a chance to team up, and then off the court, whether that is what you do to help other people or the underserved, or the racial component of social justice as a broadcaster. You know, my sister-in-law who's sitting right there, she was like, yeah, you should watch, you know, Melo in his broadcasting. He's like, he's just so cool. Everything he says is cool. And you're not the only one. Other people are like, yeah, when Melo talks, it's just Melo's Melo. Like, nobody can do it. It's just so cool. Like, I don't know, it's so cool. And I'm like, all right, guys, I'll try to be more cool on TV. Like, I don't know how I can pick up on that.
It's the shades,
man. Also, I know you said you want to bring me on to give me my flowers, but I also want to reciprocate that and say the same for sure.
I appreciate that, brother. And I usually end the show on, you know, just a message. And my message for you is, regardless what you thought we was going through, what I thought we was going through, if it took 14 years to sit on this couch and hash that out and talk, or if it took me taking some time out to just spend 2 hours with you on the phone and really answering and the questions that you had, right? These was questions that was built up for 14 years that other people probably was adding on to your pressures and your mindset and your perspective. It took me to go through what I went through to have the time to come back and be at peace with being able to answer all your questions with actual facts. Yeah. So I appreciate that. And I put it out there to the world that we wanted you on the couch. We did it done. And this is how you handle business. If anybody got any questions out there, you get on the phone, you holler at them. It don't matter. All it takes is a handshake.
Word.
Peace.
Word. And you know what I'm saying? It's Men's Mental Health Month, so I think this is just a real healthy thing for men everywhere to see. Like, this is beautiful right here. You know what I mean? There's somebody out there that you haven't talked to in a long time. Just pick up the phone, man. Call them. You know who it is. You don't got to think about it. But
and it'll also help everybody's mental health. When the Knicks win tomorrow, too.
Yes. Most importantly, man.
My bad.
Oh, boy out of here, so we gonna be good.
Yeah, we got the bad juju out, so you know.
We're in the building tomorrow.
You back in New York? You know what I'm saying? We good.
Trying to keep me down.
I have La Premiere.
I have La Premiere. Shout out to Delta One though. They got me too.
Yes, sir.
Yo, that's crazy because I told you, bro. That's the airport hack. No matter what, every airline got some stupid Premiere shit. You just be like, yo, did y'all call?
I thought I was on shit. I thought I got La Premiere. I thought somebody they ain't give me that shit. So they put me in the
just gotta act like you got
business economy. The shit with four seats on the row.
You gotta keep it Premiere.
You can't sit in the middle 2 seats. You gotta, you know, that's how they get you. It's all love though. Take us home, Cash.
Yeah, man. Oh, I'm so glad we got to do this episode.
Over there.
DJ Premiere.
Hey, yo, this is 7 p.m. in Brooklyn, the Wave Original presented by FanDuel. You know what to do. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, our podcast channels. Leave a like, leave a rating, leave a review. Them comments, we love them all. All right? For the Kid Mero, for the legendary Jeremy Lin, for the Hall of Famer Carmelo Anthony, I'm Kaz, and we catch y'all next time in the Hook, people. Peace.
Peace.
Yeah.